Hey skaters, I'm Sonic here at the Kinetic Expression Skate Shop in Queens, New York City. And today we have something very special from FR Skates. Is the SL Speed. This is a nice new flagship model from FR, and it's kind of their super urban skate, meant for a lot of different things. And we'll get to that in just a second, but as you can see, it's a mid-cuff boot. The cuff doesn't come up very high. It's one-piece design. Really nice skate. So this one was released in mid-2021, but it's been under testing for a lot longer than that, at least a couple of years, if not more. And I've had my own pair that I've been playing with since the end of 2020. And I can tell you this is really special. So let's talk a little bit about the skate. It's obviously a carbon fiber skate, good quality material all around, standard buckles galore with FR, strap, buckle up here, and carbon on the bottom, of course, and the carbon runs all the way up to the top over here, which is cool. And the cool thing now with this, you can check it out over here, you can see what that says. That says Intuition. Now, those of you who know what Intuition liners are all about are probably like, wait, what's that? That's an integrated Intuition liner built into the skate. Now, for those of you who don't know, Intuition liners started in the ski world making some of the best separate boot liners to go, and the skate world took notice and started putting them in skates. So Intuition also makes skate liners. Got some over here. So really nice stuff, heat moldable foam that's kind of thin. It's actually on the thin side, so you get really good responsiveness, and it fits really well. It's really comfortable, but it has to be a separate liner, which many of us don't like. So with this, we've got an integrated liner built right into the skate, which means kind of the best of all worlds. You got a heat moldable liner, and it's built into the skate, so you got super great responsiveness. So really special thing going on there. Now this boot is sold just separately as a boot for now, and it comes in a couple of different flavors. So over here, you got the 165 mounting system, but it also comes in a 195 mounting system. Grab one of those over here. So you can kind of see these two are the same size. The mount points are different, and I'm just going to line them up over here. The bottom's lined up. You can see the top. It's a little longer there, 3 centimeters. So what does that mean? Depends what kind of frame you want to put on it. So with the 165 mounting system, that's available on most of the other skates from FR. So if you're looking for general urban configurations, you're probably going to go with 165. So here I've got my personal SL Speed boot. I've had it hooked up with a 3x110 frame with the 165 mount. And you could also stick a 4x80. You could stick endless frames on them. You could stick a slalom frame on them. You could stick 3x110s, whatever, that whole batch. If you go with the 195 mounting system, that's meant more for like a speedier arrangement. So you're covering more ground. So here I've got a skate for my partner. And her skate here, it's got 195 mounting system. You can see a nice long frame on there. And the reason for the mounting, you could tell the 165 mounting system, the block would be right over there, and that second wheel is going to run right into it. So they pulled it out so you can keep the skate nice and low. That's the reason for that. So if you want to go with a more speedy scenario, so 4x110, 4x100, or even 3x125, go for the 195 mounting system. Comment also on the Seba Marathon, which this boot is very reminiscent of. If you're planning to use this skate for urban uses primarily, then stick with the 165 mounting system. It'll give you more options. And even if you're looking to do like big distance, a 165 mounting system will take a 3x125. So just to recap, smaller wheel configurations, 3-wheel configurations, 165 is the way to go. If you're looking to do just speed and distance with a 4x110, 4x100, or even 3x125, you could go with the 195 option. Other than the mounting system, there's one minor difference between the two boots, and that's the strap up top. So you can see here the 165 boot has this strap over here. The 195 boot does not. But don't let that change your mind, because if you buy the 195 boot, it actually Comes with the straps in the box. They're just not attached to begin with. So based on your personal preference, you might pick one or the other. I personally like the straps to be off the skates. Others like the straps on there. So that'll be your personal choice. Let's take a closer look at the build quality here. We got nice rubber all around the edge here. Like, this is teeming in quality. Like, you know, I said this boot's a lot like a sub-marathon, but it's a lot nicer, like way nicer than a sub-marathon. I just want to imply that quality to you there. So feels really good all around. The material's really good. The carbon's really stiff. Everything here just feels really good. The Intuition liner, of course, feels really good. I want to note that it's a pretty thin liner in there. And, you know, heat molded to your size. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Before we get to that, I want to point out the laces got metal tips on there. Really cool stuff there. Makes it really nice to lace up. Obviously metal eyelets all around here. One thing I would like to note, the bolt. So we got, as usual, thick bolt from FR. Goes right into there. We got 5-hole mounting on here. As common with all of FR's higher end skates. But something I want to note here, it takes a regular tool. You don't need a special Seba FR tool. This goes right in there. Fits nicely. Also, this tool, this bolt, I just want to say, it's pretty thin head, but this tool goes in really far and it locks really nice. Like, you're not going to ever strip this guy. It'd be really hard to do that. So just really big kudos to FR to like get a nice thick bolt in there that's not going to break, and then also keep the standard tool so we don't have to carry multiple tools, and then have it like feel really good and keep a nice thin profile so you can get frames that are like really close. You know, if I've tried messing around with a lot of different bolts, experimenting with this stuff, this is really, really detailed work to do this. In terms of sizing of this skate, this resembles very closely. It actually has the same last, the model used for the foot shape and size, as the SL model. So that's their other flagship model. That's the top-end urban slalom freeride model. So same size as that. The fit is a touch different because the liner's different, but that's where you're going to go for sizing. So if you got the Igor on hand, similar sizing to that. Just make sure the length of your foot is correct, and we go for there. One other thing I want to note, this boot is super light. Now, it's called the SL Speed. SL doesn't stand for super light, though it may as well. It actually stands for the owner of FR brand, Sebastian Lafargue. So, super light boot, super responsive, super playful. It feels to me like one of those old school roller hockey skates, like a carbon hockey skate, super playful, responsive. You can just take it everywhere you want to go. It's like almost like nothing on your feet, especially if you got a carbon frame on there. I want to note this skate is also making inroads. It's currently, prototypes of the skate are hold the world record for high jump. And then my buddy Parker, known as Trenter on the internet, he's done the 24-hour event in Florida, skated 300 miles in a set of these. And my other buddy Caleb, ultramarathon skater, he skated across the state of Georgia. And by the time this video is out, that's probably also going to be out of date in terms of who's already done what on those skates. Now, I mentioned that this skate is good for a lot of different things, so I want to talk about that. It's got a mid cuff, so it's not offering the most support. So first off, it's not the best for slalom. If you're doing speed slalom, if you're doing high jump, it's great. If you're doing like more intricate slalom moves where you need more support and stuff, this boot is not your first choice. And I've tested that firsthand, it's okay. This skate though, on the streets is a beast. Just taking around town, get some miles in, jumping off of things, cruising around, you know, traffic and stuff. This boot is a beast for that. Really, really enjoy what it can do for that sort of purpose. And as mentioned, like, since you got the other mounting option, this skate is a good option if you want a speed skate without the painfulness that comes with speed skates. So this thing could stick a speed frame on there. You can be comfortable all day. It's light on your feet. And I just gotta tell you, this boot, my partner, she put it on, did a little heat molding on it. And within 24 hours, skated a marathon and left her skates on her feet for another 3 hours after. That's how good they felt to her. So let's talk about the heat molding process. First things first, do not put this boot in the oven. Okay, you got that? Don't put this boot in the oven. It's not meant to go in the oven. The heat moldable part of this boot is the liner. So if you're going to heat mold this thing, what you want to do is check out Intuition's website or check out the instructions. They tell you exactly what to do, but I'll do a quick go over. You're going to take a nice long stretchy sock. If you've got the one from Intuition, that's great. I've got one here. Fill it up with 1.5 to 2 pounds of rice. That is dry, uncooked, long grain, short grain rice, not the instant stuff. And fill it up. Make sure the sock is tied off at the end. It's not spilling rice everywhere. So depending on the size of your boot, 1.5 to 2 pounds or 3/4 kilo to a full kilo. You throw this in the microwave, somewhere between 3.5 and 8 minutes, depending on the power of your microwave. It's going to get super hot. Meanwhile, you're going to get your skate. You can get it all set up. You're going to, once this comes out, you're going to drop this thing in here. Make sure your laces are all loose. Send it all the way to the bottom. Tap it in there. Get it all the way in there. Wait about 6 to 8 minutes for the boot to heat up from the inside. Once you're done, you take this guy out. Done with it for now. Put your foot in there. You're going to tie up the skates. Where the skate feels extra tight, you're going to tie it up even tighter so it really compresses the foam there. Where it feels just right, you're not going to tie it as tight. You're going to tie it whatever's kind of comfortable. You're going to stand in a nice skating position for about 5 to 7 minutes. So all the instructions are there. Make sure you follow them. One thing I want to note, when you do the other boot, your rice sock, it's still probably going to be kind of hot. So you're going to microwave for less time, maybe half the amount of time, maybe even less. So just be mindful not to get it like way too hot. You don't want to overcook the rice. Once the molding is done, like it's a world of difference. It makes a really good fit, feels really great. Let's talk about what comes in the box. The box here, it's a little fancier than what I've seen from other FR boxes. I guess you got a premium product. So just gonna pull that open and sit down over here. So you're gonna get a pair of skates. Let's see what else we got in here. Got some wheel covers. These are great. Just want to note the 195 mount boot comes with the same, like it comes with these wheel covers, but they're probably not going to fit. Probably not going to fit something like this. So I mean, it's a nice gesture, but you know, for 195 might not be the most useful thing. You got skate tool and bolts, and you got the instructions for the Intuition liners. This tool is pretty nice. I'm just gonna look at it real quick. I like fun tools. Got a little screwdriver at the end there. That's if you want to take on, put off the extra straps. You got a bearing puller here. That's actually very handy. And then a standard tool. It's going to work with all your bolts. Thank you for watching, skaters. I hope you enjoyed this video. And for in-person sales of skates, if you're in the New York City area, check out the Kinetic Expression Skate Shop. That's keskate.com. And for online sales, you could check out InMove Skates. Thanks for watching.